And we're back. What's up, everybody? Benja Welldone coming at you live. This beautiful bonus edition, second in a week of Benja Welldone comedy show. It is now Sunday, August the 29th at 12:38 in the afternoon. How are you doing? So here's the thing. I just left church. Yeah. And, Christian, go to church. And, there's this thing, not in all churches, but in some churches where, like, someone in front of you and please don't get offended when I'm saying this, okay? I literally just said I left church, so relax. But anyway, where somebody, like, raises their hand, or they raise their hands as people are praying or as the music is going on or something like that. And, like, there was this guy, like, right beside me. And he had his hand raised, and he was just looking. He was like raising his hand up, like he was doing like a one-arm shoulder lift, something like that. Like he was working out in the gym, but he was just holding it there. And whenever I see that, one hand, two hands, military press style, whatever, I always tell myself, "What are you doing?" Now, here's the thing, okay? I know what they're doing. I don't do it. I don't have a problem with it. They're praising God. They're praising the Lord. It's a way of worshiping and stuff like that. But, with that being mentioned, if you're in front of me, I'm trying to see the pastor or, I just always think, like, kind of messing up my view. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really want to see your hand. Would you mind putting it down? Whenever I whenever I tell myself, if I would tell something this, I always tell somebody something, what they would potentially say back, so I would maybe have a rebuttal. I know I wasn't going to say it to this guy, but I was telling myself hypothetically, in case I told this guy, "Excuse me, sir, what are you doing?" He would probably say, I'm praising God, doing whatever. And I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want to offend him and stuff. But on the other side, I also kind of have a response to where I'm a little bit of a smart aleck. And I'd say, "Sir, it looks like you're trying to high-five God, and he's just leaving you hanging." So either one of two things. Either one, he's leaving you hanging, and I don't think you would do that. Or two, he high-fived you immediately. You high-fived the Lord instantly. Okay? But now you're just leaving yourself hanging. You just leaving your hand up there. That'd be kind of weird if somebody gave somebody a high five and they just left their hand up there. You know what I mean? They just kept holding it. Like, whenever I see somebody's hand up in church and they're praising God, my first assumption is they have a question. That's why their hand is up. Imagine if you went out to like a theater or something like that, and people in the front row they raise their hands up. I know there's a place for it, but I'm just saying, whenever I see a hand up in a church service, I always think they have a question. or that they're high-fiving the Lord. I know they're not doing that, but I mean, kind of. They're praising and everything. But it's just something that, it's just something, as a comedian, whenever I see something, even if it's not bad, I immediately, almost always have a different point of view, which bring that point of view out as part of the comedy, part of what's funny. Because this guy was doing nothing to harm anybody. He was perfectly fine. But I just kept telling myself, I was like, I bet you if I asked he had a question, he might actually say yes. You don't ever really know. Maybe somebody is stretching. They could be praising God, or they have a question. Imagine if you were taking a college class, somebody raised their hand, and the college professor was like, "Hey, if you told the college professor right after class, excuse me, sir, I had multiple questions throughout the entire class," and he was like, "Oh, I just thought you were praising the Lord." Come on, there's some funny in that. You got to admit. I mean, come on. So, anyway, I hope everybody has a beautiful rest of your day. I love you so much, and just keep on listening. It is a beautiful day. Looks like it's about to rain. It reminds me living in Washington State. As a matter of fact, whenever it rains, it always reminds me of Washington State, living there, serving in the Army. Because, I'm pretty sure it rains about twice a day on average. So, anyway, bonus edition. With that being mentioned, I hope everybody has a beautiful rest of your day. I love you all so much. God bless. Be safe. and keep high-fiving the Lord. If you want. But if you do, just remember, maybe not so high. Maybe not so high to where the person, you're like blocking the view of the person behind you. But if you want to, you do, and if you don't, you don't. So, anyway, that's that. Y'all have a beautiful day. I'm Benja Welldone. Check me out. Peace.